Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be testing out Technic makeup. That was a bit of a tongue twister. Technic is a super affordable brand. I don't think you can pick it up like in high street stores like Boots or Superdrug or anything like that. I know you can pick it up sometimes in TK Maxx depending on their stock. You can also pick it up on Boohoo, I believe, and Fragrance Direct, and also Love Thy Makeup. I think that's like their official stockist. But I had a little look around and I'm pretty sure everything is at least like £5 and under. A lot of things are just like £2, £3, so it is a super affordable brand. This is the finished look that I've created using just Technic products. So if you want to see my thoughts on how I created this look, please keep watching. So first of all, I'm going to start by priming my skin using the Prime It Face Primer. This one is apparently illuminating, so it's got a pump, which is good. And it comes out like a sort of white consistency. Smells kind of like men's aftershave. And it's not like a silicone-y based one or anything like that. It does just kind of feel like a moisturizer. It's quite thick. Definitely does give me a glow though. It's quite tacky, which I feel like will be really good because it'll make my foundation and just makeup in general stick to it. Yeah, I quite like that. So next up, we're gonna move on to foundation. This is the Matte Mineral Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Sand. And obviously I had to pick the colors online, so we shall see if this fits my color. I feel like it could be a little bit too peachy. Let's have a go. I mean, it could work. This seems to have a nice smell as well. Okay, I can definitely see it is quite powdery. In the fact that it, I don't know, it kind of separates on my skin a little bit, so I'm not gonna kind of buff it around. I think I'm just gonna blot it. You guys know I don't really like full-on matte foundations that much, but the coverage is really nice. The color isn't actually that bad. Like when I put it on my skin and like looking at it on my hand, it looks kind of orange, but it actually kind of works on my skin. You can see it has covered up those dark circles a little bit, which is good. It isn't the easiest foundation to blend out because it does almost have kind of like a powdery kind of finish to it, but it is glowy. It doesn't really make much sense because you guys know when you use a matte foundation, it does kind of look powdery almost. But I wouldn't say so far, maybe it needs to dry down a bit, but the finish is still quite glowy for me. I'm actually gonna quickly go in with a sponge, excuse how dirty it is, and I'm gonna see if this applies it a little bit better. Yeah, that works loads better. So it doesn't match my skin, as you can see, it is a bit too pink tone, but I feel like once we bronze up a little bit, it'll all kind of work. That's not actually a bad little foundation there. So next up I have two concealers. I have the Colour Fix concealer and then I also have the Conceal and Blend. Let's just see which one comes out as the most pigmented. So the Conceal and Blend is just like a stick. And then this one here, which is in the shade Light, I think they're both in the shade Light. This one looks very pink toned. Hopefully it oxidizes or something. So that seems very thin on the skin, like just that one there. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that stick first because that one does seem a little bit thicker. And then we'll see if we can kind of do something with the other one. So I'm gonna go under my eyes with that, I think. And I'm gonna blend that in again with my sponge. It has given me a little bit of coverage there, if you guys can see, nothing crazy. These products do seem quite oily. Just a little FYI. Could be really good if you have dry skin. Could be really good if you just powder it down. I do have a powder in a second that I'm going to show you guys as well. That blended out quite nicely. Not my usual coverage, but we'll see if we can build it up with this guy here. Yeah, so this is very thin. I'm just going to pop that over different sections of my face. I have a little tiny spot just there, you bastard. I swear I had another one somewhere creeping around. Maybe the foundation's covered it. Yeah, okay, that'll do. I mean, for me, I like concealers to literally cover up my entire face pretty much, so I'm not overly impressed by this, but you've got to remember that this is so cheap, and if you don't want anything too full coverage, or if you want to wear makeup at school or something, then this is super cheap and it's definitely decent. Next up, we'll move on to cream contour now. As you can see, I have tried this before in the past, only once, maybe twice at most, and it's okay. Not the best contouring palette I've ever come across. I'm just taking this darker shade, and I think I'm also going to take this one down here. These are very creamy and quite oily, and I'm just going to pop that down the sides of my face. From what I can remember, this doesn't dry down too quickly, so I feel like I can kind of do the majority of my face before it dries down. Again, I'm just going to blend all of that out with a sponge. This sponge is like my best friend today. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's not like an intense contour, but I think that works quite well. Now I'm going to try something out here. You guys may remember this from my Fragrance Direct haul. I'm going to apply the cream highlighter whilst I've got all my cream products on, and I'm then going to go in with like some of my other powders, and I'm going to see how the powder highlighter goes on top of the cream. Could be awesome, could be a disaster. But I'm actually going to take my finger and I'm going to take this golden shade here. It's very hot in this room, and all these products have gone quite wet. Ooh. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a dupe of the Sleek Cleopatra's Kiss. I also have their other strobe kit here. If I can show you properly, this one. This is like the blush one. Looks like a pretty decent dupe for the Solstice. You guys know I never use cream highlighters, but that is giving us a nice little glow. I'm now going to go in with this contouring palette. It's just their powder one, and I think I'm going to take this shade here to start off with. They're quite warm tone contours, so they're more like bronzers than anything else. Pick up a bit more colour. Yes, you can see they are quite orangey. So what I'm actually going to do is just take a mixture of those two colours quickly, and I'm just going to bronze up my face first, because I do have something else that we can try. I'm just going to very roughly kind of put it where my contouring areas are, but I'm going to see if I can sculpt everything out a little bit more in a second. While we're here, I'm actually going to go in with this shade here, just like a banana powder, and I'm just going to pop that under my eyes for a second, just to highlight that a little bit more. I'm then going to go in with this powder, which is called the Soft Focus. This is a transparent loose powder. Looks like someone's been doing a lot of cocaine around here. I'm just lightly patting that everywhere. Not going too much over that highlighted part. So next up I have this contour kit, which does look pretty damn dark to me. It's kind of like a chocolatey shade, but it's not as red as the other one. So I'm gonna give it a go. It's very pigmented. Yeah, that can work. Like, I'm literally like, pop, and there's product on the brush. But you can see you really don't need a lot. So we have a highlighter here. I'm just going to swatch it. It has potential. It's not like an intense glow like these guys here, wherever the hell I put it. This one from the strobe kit, I will show you. These, for example, that one there, boom. Boom. So I think we're gonna go with that one today. And that's nice. So I actually think I'm going to show you guys this one as well. This is the strobe kit, but the blush one. I'm going to go in with the sort of champagne shade here. Same sort of thing. I'm going to go in on my Cupid's bow with that, just to show you guys. I find with these you need to kind of work in the product a little bit more, but then when you kind of break through that top layer, that's when they get kind of buttery like the last one. It almost has like a silver reflect to it. I am going to move on to eyes in a second, but I'm just going to put a bit of that on the inner corner just for the time being. That's a very nice inner corner highlight. So next I have a bunch of brow products. I have their Brow Boost, which is like a little highlighting pen. And then, like a little pencil there. So that looks interesting. Oh God, cat hairs everywhere. I also have their Brow Pow. Not really sure what this is. What are you? Does that come off or does it twist? I don't know. Oh. Okay, it's like one of those brow powders. Kind of like the Rimmel ones that are coming out. That's not a bad shade to be fair. I was expecting it to be a lot more like that kind of colour there. I also have the brow pen. These are all in the shade dark brown. So this has like a marker. Ooh. You can turn it on its side and make it thin. I think we're going to go with that one for a minute. So I'm going to go in with the brow pen. I'm going to try and do it like I would with a pomade. Slightly weird nib because I feel like if you did use the thick side, you would literally just end up with like super blocky brows. I'd prefer it if it was just like a pen. So I'm going to leave that like that for a second. And I'm going to go in with the Brow Boost. So this is like the sort of pen situation here. What do you like? Oh, that's quite nice. Bit warmer toned again. But I think I'm going to just even up any bits that we sort of missed with the pen. I think it's a bit more natural to go under my eyes here. I'm also just going to quickly show you guys the pigmentation of these. So this comes with a super tiny little spoolie and also a little brush as well. So I'm going to brush them through again. It's like the tiniest spoolie in the world. I love it. I don't want to go too overboard with my brows because we know that can happen. But here you have a brow gel. Not really going to use that. You also have a brow powder. I'll just quickly show you guys the pigment. Quite nice and light actually. Like normally, if it was like an eyeshadow, you'd turn around and be like, that's not pigmented at all. But for brows, that is nice. My brows, however, apart from this tiny bit here, I think they're pretty much fine with how they are. Next, I'm going to move on to eyes. So here I have their matte palette. This was super cheap. Sorry I haven't gone for anything crazy today, but I am going out in a minute, so I don't really want to walk out the house and go to the cinema in bright pink eyeshadow. But I'm going to be using, obviously, like the brownish shades here and just create like a brown neutral smoky eye. First of all, I'm going to go and go in with a lighter shade. These are all matte shades. I'm not sure if I said that. And I'm going to pack that over my lid. Quite nice. I'm then going to go in with this shade here, which I think I'm going to be using the most, and tap off the excess. And let's see how pigmented you are. Decent amount of pigment, not like insane. Do one quick swipe. So not like the most insane pigmentation you've ever seen in your life. But it's so cheap, you really cannot complain. I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush and I'm going to pack that pretty much all over the lid. Just put it a little bit lighter on the inner corner. And of course, going to smoke out that lower lash line a little bit with that medium brown shade, just as we always do. For mascara, I'm going to be using their Lashitude mascara, which I have used before and it's pretty good. It's got like a plasticky wand. I'm giving myself quite full lashes today, I think. If we can. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just dust that powder off. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Just kind of picks up the extra eyeshadow that you don't really want and just cleans it up a little bit. And then to complete the look, I have 2 lipsticks here. I don't actually have a lip liner. I may have to touch my lips up afterwards. Touch my lips up. But I may have to outline my lips again in a second. We'll see how these guys turn out. This is what they look like. This one here, what shade are you? You are in the shade Kiss Cat, just like a mauvey kind of shade. And then this one looks up my street. This one is called Rumor Has It. So I think I'm gonna go in with this one here. Oh, they smell like sweets. Oh, they're quite nicely pigmented as well. They kind of take a second, but then, you know what? Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's go in with the darker one. They honestly smell like sherbet. They're not like fully opaque, so you do need to swipe them across a few times. They feel very comfortable. So that there is the shade Kiss Cat, which is kind of like the mauvey, almost purpley sort of shade. I think I'm actually just going to try out the nude one as well. And then we'll go in with this one called Rumor Has It, which is a nudie sort of shade. So that's the nude shade there. Not too dissimilar from the other one, to be honest. Yeah, these are nice enough. They are matte, as you can see. So that is good because they're so affordable. They feel comfortable on the lips. They aren't the most pigmented lipsticks of all time, but what are you gonna do? I'd probably say you would maybe need a lip liner if you do want to kind of carve your lips out a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that quickly. I forgot something. I also forgot that I actually have this blush palette, so I'm just gonna add a tiny little pop of color to my cheeks. Which one should we go for? I think I'm gonna mix this one with this one and just pop that on the apples of my cheeks. I thought I was looking a little bit dead. Put a bit of colour back in that face. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and I've got to say, I'm actually really impressed. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't have the highest hopes in the world with Technic makeup. Like, I had tried out like their highlighters and stuff like that, which I knew were pretty good. But overall, I was thinking it was gonna kind of be like a 50-50, half good, half bad. But to be honest, I mean, pretty much everything I tried, I can't think of anything that I didn't like. Yeah, it's all pretty good. So guys, do let me know what you think of this overall makeup look, and if you're going to be trying out any Technic products after seeing this video. If you've tried any products from Technic as well that I maybe haven't tried out today, then do let me know in the comment section down below and I'll be sure to give them a try. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe if you are new. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye!